This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Well, Young Thug could end up losing $6 million and the whole YSL brand. And this is all because of a battle with AEG. Now, AEG does all of the concerts, and he had signed a $5 million deal, a $5 million advance for the exclusive rights for all of his concerts. But before everything happened with the prosecutors in Georgia, this deal was signed in 2017. And according to AEG, Young Thug almost immediately breached that contract and started booking shows on the side while still collecting hundreds of thousands of dollars in performance fees. So even though AEG was supposed to have those exclusive rights, he still was doing his own thing on the side. So they did hit him with a breach of contract claim. They demanded the return of their $5 million plus interest. They said Young Thug also put up some of his intellectual property rights as collateral in the agreements, so they are also believing that they have the right to take control of his YSL brands, portions of his publishing, and the Young Thug trademark to recoup that money.
Wow, I guess this is the time to go at him, right?
Right.
His back's against the wall, and he has to pay all this other money for all his other cases, so I guess this is why they're trying to attack now?
Well, they were actually, this was before all this happened. Like I said, because he signed this deal back in 2017, and they had talks last year trying to settle, but the parties could not come to an agreement. So now they have to go to court, and that is going to be happening on October 25th.
Wow.
But that trial has been delayed because of this. So this is something that was happening even before. All right, now Megan Thee Stallion is seeking $1 million in her lawsuit, and that's against 1501 Certified Entertainment. According to Rolling Stone, they said that her attorneys argue that Megan has satisfied all option periods in her contract since Charlamagne, which was released earlier this month, and 2021, Something for the Hotties, both constitute an album. But Carl Crawford is saying that she has not fulfilled those obligations since Hotties doesn't count as an album for a number of reasons. So I'm not sure what's going to happen, but, you know, she's been trying to get out of that deal for quite some time. And
I hate that they do that. That they say, okay, well, this is not an album, it's a mixtape. Well, it's the same thing. It's 10 songs. It doesn't matter what you label it. It's 10 songs that you put on streaming services that you sell and that people buy, that you make money off of. So it's, at the end of the day, it's an album, right?
I mean, you know, I don't know what's in their contract legally to make it not constitute an album, but whatever's in their contract, I guess, is what they're going to have to go by.
That's why Meek Mill was mad at that time, because he does all these projects and you label them mixtapes, you label them EPs, you label them albums, but you make money off of them. You stream them. Labels make profit, so they should be an album.
All right, now let's talk about Holly Madison and Bridget Marcotte. They launched their new podcast, Girls Next Level. They'll be talking about behind-the-scenes drama from the E! Show Girls Next Door, and they're also Hugh Hefner's ex-girlfriends. So they did dedicate an episode to their relationship with Hugh Hefner. It's called In the Bedroom, and they talked about their first time sleeping with Hugh Hefner and what he was like in bed.
I think at this point, everybody else who was living there was just so over the routine and just wanted to get it in and done with as soon as possible. Nobody wanted to waste their time with a bath. So I go over to the bed. The other new girl is already laying there. There's like vibrators laid out for everybody. I'd never used a vibrator in my life. And the first thing that happens is the recruiter says, Daddy, I'm gagging as I'm saying this, but everybody used to call him Daddy in the bedroom, which is so gross. So she'd be like, Daddy, do you want to get the new girl? And I you not. Next thing I know, he's on top of me. And then I don't even remember what else happened the rest of the night. The next thing I remember was that Hef was telling the recruiter, get her a pair of pink pajamas and she'll stay in your room tonight.
Oof. Now, as far as why she didn't leave, because people might be like, well, you know, you made the choice to be there and you didn't leave. Here's what she had to say about that.
Why didn't you just leave? But you have to understand, like, if I were to just leave, I'm going back to my problems of not having a place to live. Plus, I just had sex with this guy, which to me is like a big deal. Like, I'm not a big, like, one-night stander. Like, I'm not that liberated. Amazing if you are. But I just had sex with this guy, and the only community I feel like I'm a part of in LA, I feel like everybody in that community is going to know I had sex with him randomly. Like, how embarrassing. Like, I better move in and be a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, there was no other option for me at that point in my mind. But I think that whole experience was kind of traumatic to me. I thought I would have a chance to kind of see what's going on, see if I was comfortable with it. And I never in a million years thought that I would be the first person he'd try to have sex with.
Now, Holly Madison also said the experience was very traumatic and she felt guilty about it.
So people can debate, you know, how much I should have been prepared for, but what people can't debate is how it made me feel. And I just remember feeling so gross and so used. Like I felt like this girl was being so nice to me and so welcoming, but really I was just like another piece of meat for her to throw under him so she looks better and she wins points. And I'm like, F this, I'm not going to be used this way. I'm going to get what I came here for.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just wonder, like, how many girls over the years like went out with us and like went upstairs and maybe they took the Quaalude because they didn't know what a Quaalude was. Like this was back before like Wolf of Wall Street where we had any like cultural touchstones to even tell us what a Quaalude was.
Yeah.
Oof.
So did he give her a Quaalude or did she do it on her own?
I think she said they were taking things, but she didn't know what it was or what it would do to you because they weren't educated on what a Quaalude was.
Right, but did she take one and that's the reason why she had sex? Was she drugged, she's saying she had sex, or she just did it because she was hoping that she can get to a better place in her life? I'm just asking.
I think, you know, she got there. She was really young at the time. You got to listen to the full episode to hear what she's saying about it. But basically, that was her experience. And she felt gross and used, but she also felt like, now I slept with this person. Everybody's going to know about it. It's embarrassing. I also don't have a place to live. So I'm kind of stuck here. So, all right. And Waka Flocka is going full vegan. He said he's decided to stop having a Mr. Frog body. He said, you know, I got to stop thinking this is cool. It ain't. And F everyone respectfully for not telling me I look like Winnie the Pooh when I take my effing pants off. F y'all. With that being said, no BBL, just hard work in the gyms and better eating habits. I'm going back full vegan. Happy Saturday.
Okay.
So he posted a picture of a frog sitting there. All right, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
All right, thank you, Miss Yee. Now we got front page news next. What we talking about?
Yes, let's talk about this student loan debt. The White House is leaning toward some type of cancellation. We'll tell you what the plan is.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.